Hey everybody, good evening. Tonight's show is a little bit different. Obviously, the news of today is so horrendous that it would seem insensitive at best to say it's a great day for America. So I won't be starting the show with that tonight. Is anyone else sick of that? I seem to have to say that too often. I have to, you know, not say it's a great day for America for some a random act of madness or terrorism or anyway, it's the way it is. And the trouble is, of course, by the time you get to this show, you know, 12:30 in your region or wherever, Craig, is it okay to laugh? Yes, it's okay to laugh. But the thing is, by the time you get to this show, you know, the media has been poring over the events of the day. There's constant analysis and speculation on the assumptions that people don't. And I'm not here to do that. You know, people say to me, Craig, your job is to make people laugh at the end of the day. And I think, yes, that's true. But I've never professed to be any damn good at that. And the thing is that, you know, people want their mind taken off it. And I think, well, okay, if you want your mind taken off it, you know, watch a cartoon or a video or something. I understand it. It's perfectly acceptable. It's not I don't think it's a terrible thing to not want to think about it. But I can't not think about it. You know, I can't not think about. You know, the deal I made with you when I started this show was that, you know, I'll be as honest as I can be. So I have to be honest. Well, we'll do the best show we can do. We'll have some laughs. We'll do it. You know, we'll do what we do, but to a degree. But this is on my mind. I can't pretend it's not there. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a valuable quality entertainer. And also, you know, I have a personal connection with the city of Boston. I have some history there. I have family there. When I became an American citizen in 2008, I spoke at Faneuil Hall on July 4th at the invitation of Tommy Menino, who is the mayor of Boston and one of the more colourful characters in American politics. Who would have thought the city of Boston would rise up with an interesting and colourful politician? But it happens from time to time. But the city of Boston, you know, I've been there on the 4th of July many times on the Esplanade there with that big half shell or clam shell, or I always get it wrong, but you know, I've done that a lot, and every cop in Boston looks like I'm his brother. You know that's true. So, you know, my first stand-up special in America, I shot it in Boston. I'm used to. I like that town. I'm appalled by this thing, you know, and when I watch it on these, you know, on these streets that I know, you know, you watch the media going over and over this thing on the streets, you know, it's horrifying, you know, and people say, oh, you don't let the terrorists win. They're not winning. It's there. It's there. And I know people say, oh, we don't know if it's a terrorist. Yes, we do. Whoever did that thing wasn't doing it for any other reason. I mean, clearly they failed in achieving the number of deaths and carnage that they were trying to get. You know, this wasn't some brave commando that snuck into a military installation and put a limpet mine on the side of a battleship and then snuck out, you know, fearing for his own life. This was some that went into a public place and left something there that he knew was going to blow up. That's not a soldier. That's a terrorist. That's not a soldier. You know. So, you know, if I have all this inside of me, you know, if I have all this rage and anger and distress and upset inside of me, I'm not good enough a comedian to hide that from you. I can't hide it from you. It's there. So we'll have our guests out tonight, and I'll ask them about their lives. But wait. I don't know how it's going to be. Luckily, we have a couple of guys tonight who I think, you know, we got a shot. They're intelligent, experienced, clever men. Rob Lowe and Larry King are my guests tonight. I think we'll be all right. Join us after after a break, and we'll carry on. All right. Guest tonight is a very talented actor. He is the narrator of the miniseries The 80s, the decade that made us go to rehab. Airing on the... Made me go to rehab anyway. It's airing on the National Geographic Channel. Please welcome the great Rob Lowe, everybody.
Well, that's all of our prepared bits.
Yeah, that's everything gone, Rob. Just like the 80s, it disappeared.
There's nothing left in either of our brains
I'm surprised that you're doing a documentary about the 80s, given that I kind of think of you as being one of the people that participated a great deal.
You don't need to flatter me. You know that I'm one of the people that can't remember much about
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. That if you're doing a documentary about something, wouldn't it be best to know about that? Did you have people, researchers, look into your life at that time? Because I got a great video you should see, buddy.
I did. I brought out my diary, and I said, these months I was blacked out.
Yeah.
So, please, can you have some research?
No, it's not a personal perspective of it. It's a documentary, right?
It is.
Right.
It's really sort of... I found it to be actually sort of moving, because so much of what we take for granted today was brand new or didn't even exist in the 80s, from cell phones to home gaming to, texting, internet. The way we live our lives on a daily basis was...
I remember those cell phones from
the bricks,
the big giant things, yeah. It wasn't really a portable phone. It was kind of like... If something be portable, it should be easy to move around,
no,
I would think.
We have this great clip of Gordon Gekko.
Touch my knee, touch my knee.
There you go, baby.
Yeah.
You liking that? Huh?
Okay, yeah, no, it's kind of nice, actually. Yeah, you Rob Lowe, help yourself. So, no, I'm fascinated by this period in history because I have trouble remembering parts of it myself.
Well, it's like, to me, the greatest... People talk about the 80s and what changed history, and people talk about the fall of the Berlin Wall or the invention of the
That's
internet.
done?
But
see, I missed that as well.
To me, single greatest invention of the 80s, hair mousse.
Well, yeah.
At least for me.
Are you wearing a hair product right now?
Oh, no, I'm all natural. Come on.
Yeah. I thought you were just surprised. No, your hair looks great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's really good, yeah. I think we're the only two people that came through the 80s with our hair intact.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know if mine's intact. Mine's grey, though, man.
No, it makes you very distinguished.
See, I don't want to be distinguished. Don't want to be distinguished.
No.
I don't want to be distinguished. Thank you, though, for making me distinguished.
No, you got like a Clooney thing without the Darth.
Oh, Clooney my ass. Come on. Don't have a Clooney thing going on. Late night talk show douche. I don't have a Clooney. Where's my Italian thing that he has? What does he have? A villa in somewhere. Have you been there? I bet you have.
I have not been to the famous villa yet. But maybe after tonight, I'll get an. Oh
yeah, because George is watching right now. No, he's like, I never miss Craig. He's got a me thing going on. Hey, listen, the terrible news coming out of Boston today. You've been following that stuff today?
I have been, and like you, I love that city. I've shot there, and I have friends there, and Amy Poehler, who's on Parks and Rec, is from Boston, so I have an affinity, and it's been horrible.
A lot of people in the comedy world from Boston.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, and Dennis Leary, he's from Boston as well. There's a lot of that. Dennis Leary's another one. I met Dennis in the 80s.
But you remember, you remember meeting Dennis Leary in the 80s?
Well, we had similar interests, let's just say that.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, pal.
But the thing about Dennis is he never really went that crazy. He sort of had an image of being a crazy man, but he wasn't really. You, on the other hand, stories abound that you were actually completely crazy.
I put a lot of those in my book that I wrote last year, and look, the way I look at it is you want to do that stuff when you're young. I mean, and
if you have to, then you might as well.
Everybody has to. Come on,
I got kids, man. I don't want my kids doing it. Do you want your kids doing it?
Listen, I'm going to be the bearer of bad news, but realistic news. They're probably doing it, and you just don't know about it.
One of them's only 2. Oh my God. No, maybe though, you know, I mean, nah. What age are your kids now?
I have a freshman in college and I have a junior in high school.
Wow, see, that's
so listen.
That's the danger years, yeah.
That is.
Yeah, mine are a little younger than that. I had to wait a little longer to have my kids. I was like, what? Oh, no kids? Oh my God, look at the time, let's go! Yeah.
As far as you know.
Oh, don't even start with that. Is anyone ever... No, I can't ask you that. Is that true? What?
No, I managed to escape that one somehow.
Yeah.
But no, all of the craziness that we all did helps, you know, form who we are now. I mean, I'm sober now 23 years.
Wow, so, that's sensational. That is great.
But, and I wouldn't go back and change a thing.
Well, people always say to me now, though, what do you do now if you don't drink or, you know, go crazy? What do you do? I mean, I do this, you know, it fills my day, but what about you?
And this is crazy, let me tell you.
This is not crazy. This is sedate tonight. I'm dialing it back a bit tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's, you know, what do you do? How do you relax? How do you unwind?
Well, that is the thing. I do have to find ways to let that crazy part of me out, because I think that's part of what makes me who I am. So, you know, I surf, a big wave surf.
Big wave surf, like North Shore Hawaii big wave?
I've surfed on the North Shore, but if it gets really big, I don't go out. But you know, and
that's pretty.
I rode a jetpack last week. One of those crazy, like Jetsons, 1960s. We thought we were all going to have one when we got older. Of course, none of us have them.
Well, you've got one clearly. Yeah. So that you turn up at Parks and Rec in your jetpack. Hi, other people who are not Rob Lowe. That must be good.
It was a one-time only thing, but it was fun. But I got to find stuff that
do you get? Are you kind of an adrenaline junkie?
Yeah,
man? You're kind of like fast cars, airplanes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm so bad with math though that I don't want to be responsible in a cockpit. Like how much gas ratio flight time was that?
Oh no. They got computers for all of that now. Yeah, no, it just goes like that. Hey, more gas. Better stop for gas. Or something like that. I have a pilot's license. I really should know. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a similar problem to you. I kind of have to be engaged, or else, you know, it's like Sherlock Holmes. You know, in the Sherlock Holmes stories where he gets depressed if there's no case and stays at home and shoots intravenous cocaine. That's me.
I hear your pain.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I hear your pain.
Well, that upbeat note, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back with Rob Lowe. Welcome back. I'm here with Rob Lowe. We're talking about the Rubik's Cube now. In fact, I've decided right now.
Right now?
Yeah, because I know that about the Rubik's Cube, and I can't do it. Can you do it?
Well, the kid that we just saw on the clip then became the youngest New York Times bestseller in history, because he published his secret in a book and sold like 1.5 million copies, because up until then, people really absolutely could not solve that game. Couldn't do it.
I can't remember that part of it at all.
Well, can you imagine us trying to do it?
I'm not interested. Like, oh, you know. Yeah, oh, great. And the thing is, though, I'm such a horrible jerk that, like, if someone solves it, I'm like, yay. And that's my kids. Nah, I'm kidding.
I don't believe you.
But no, I'm a little bit like that with jugglers as well.
You don't like jugglers?
It's not that I don't like them. It's just like when I see them do juggling, I'm like, oh, great. You like jugglers?
There's a whole area of entertainment that I go, I don't get why I should.
Yeah,
like
why do I have to like this?
I don't like mimes. I don't like jugglers.
Say something.
Yes. Yes.
You know, if it's that difficult to open the door, call a joiner or something. Call a carpenter. Do something.
Well, listen. Also, how hard is it to open invisible door?
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, I knew we were going to get along.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
People just wasting their time, Rob. Wasting our time.
I know.
Yeah.
So true.
Can we hang out?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go have a drink.
No, that'd be bad. No. Do you ever toy with the idea?
Never.
Really?
Never.
I do sometimes.
Do you really?
Sometimes.
You do not. That's a lie. How many years are you now?
21.
Sick. That's impossible. Really? Still? Wait a minute.
Well,
what's happening?
No, trust me, you'd know. You know, I mean,
would I?
Oh, it'd be obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, I wouldn't be here, so I'd be elsewhere. They'd be like, "Where is he?" And that would be a clue.
Right.
No, I don't. I kind of. You know what I do miss is cigarettes.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
I didn't. I will have a cigar from time to time, and really what I do way too much of is caffeine, which then became espresso, and so that's a lot.
I like all of that, though. That's all right. And I mean, there's a result came out I just made up that is good for you.
Oh, good.
It is good for you.
Dr. Ferguson says it's good.
Yeah. Oh, are you in therapy? Therapy's awesome. Have you done that?
I'm actually a big believer in that.
Yeah, me too. I really like it. No, it really squared me right up. I'm good.
Me too. It's like going to a mental chiropractor.
You tried chiropractic?
I have tried that.
I didn't care for that much. Nah.
You thought it was right?
Kinda, yeah. Well, you didn't?
I sort of did.
Yeah, a little bit. Do you know what I thought was really good was acupuncture. Do you do that?
That is amazing.
That's awesome.
You're like,
yeah.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I like things that make me go like that. And there is the root of the problem right there.
It is.
Yeah, no. But it's nice to be, retired from all of that now, sort of.
I like the enigmatic.
I'm kidding.
Sorta.
I'm kidding. No, listen, I'm not an idiot. If it was more fun to drink and use drugs, I'd still do it.
Me too. That's what I tell. I actually do tell people that because I speak around the country sometimes to adolescents who it's always going to be an issue for them because they're meant to experiment. They're meant to learn their relationship with it, and that's part of what they need to do in life.
Right.
And I tell them that if I could have the kind of fun that I had then now, I'd still do it without a question.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't work in my life, and for many of them, it will stop working for them too.
Yeah.
They just need to know when that is and then make the right call.
Yeah, I mean, it stopped working for me about 5 years before I quit.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. No,
I mean, it took that long for me to go, wait, maybe my sucky life is connected to this.
Right.
Maybe it's not just a bunch of... I used to think, you would drink too if you had my problems.
Right. No, they call that terminal uniqueness.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's a
very damn near was as well.
Right.
So, there you are. Good, so...
The 80s. We have to talk about the 80s.
Oh, you was in the documentary?
Oh, that was it? That's all I'm getting?
Yeah, all right. Ruby's good. What else then about the 80s? Were you ever in New York in the 80s? You must have been.
Again, not that I can remember.
Oh, you must have been. That's where I was. I was in the Lower East Side, East Village, kind of, in the 80s. A club called Save the Robots.
Oh, yeah, Save the Robots.
You were in there one night.
I was at Save the Robots.
Yeah, because I was the doorman.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was. I was the doorman at Save the Robots, and I just remembered that you were in one night, and it was a big deal.
That was the late night club we would go to after everything else closed.
We didn't open until 4.
I remember that. And we were doing a lot of espresso.
Oh, yeah, a lot of that. It was that powdered espresso that people were doing at the time.
That is saved.
Yeah, that's right.
You are now my new favorite, hero.
No, the thing is about being the doorman at Save the Robots, you don't have to do anything.
Who was the biggest that ever came in to Save the Robots?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on.
You'd had a few drinks. It's all right. We all make mistakes.
No, I was a big tipper. That's impossible.
No, you were fine. You were fine. I just remember you were in there. There was an actor who I can't remember his name, but I'll tell you during the commercial break. Who was just, what a tool. Oh, my God.
You must have seen that was the place to be.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I got fired pretty early on, though.
Why?
I wasn't interested in working the door. Everything was going on inside. Anyway, we're out of time.
That was it?
Yeah. You good?
I'm good, man. This was great. Thank you.
Little awkward pause before you leave?
I think it was good.
A little too short. My next guest. My next guest is a broadcasting legend, a good friend of the show. I'm just an all-round, you know, he's all right. Larry King, everybody, Larry King. Hey, Larry. Hey, listen, thanks for coming in tonight. I know it was kind of short notice, but, you know, you're mishpucha, and I wanted to be talk. You know, I wanted to talk.
Mishpucha means family. For those of you not from Beverly Hills. Inside joke.
These people are not from Beverly Hills? Get out! No, you're mishpucha, you know, we're family. And the terrible events in Boston today, I said, who can I get on? Because I didn't want to talk about it, but I didn't want to not talk about it. And I thought, who is the most experienced newsman I know? And it's you, so that's why I wanted you to come in.
Well, these are the toughest kind of days.
It's horrible.
The best example I can give you, I've worked so many of them, is 9/11.
Right, of course.
9/11, that night was a horrific night, and I was here, and 2 weeks later I was at grounds, I was at Central, I was there in New York, I was with the firemen and the mayor, and when you go through a tragedy like this, you're really caught up in it, you know. You're feeling the tragedy when you're anchoring something and you're talking to so many people, and I'd be here and I'd be talking to the mayor of Boston tonight and the people involved in the federal government, FBI, and then you try to get people who were the witnesses on the street. You got to have compassion for the people who are victims. Sometimes you have victims. You're going all over the place. You're really a high energy. At the same time, you're feeling it. It's tough, but it's what you live for. It's really insane. It's so frenetic. People are in your ear. Go to Boston. Go to here. Got a guy in Washington. Go to him now. Go to him now. So you're caught up in being professional. At the same time, you're absorbed with the act. And then at the same time, all that's going through you, and you hate like you said it earlier. You were brilliant earlier, by the way. These people are cowards.
Yeah, he's not,
he's
not a soldier. It's not a soldier.
And another thing is, when you got floating news like this, when it's happening as it's happening,
right,
you get mistakes made.
Sure, all the time.
And they made
but they're speculating all the time, and that's what makes me crazy.
It's
like the greed for information.
I want to be better than you. I want to be faster than you. So CBS wants to beat NBC. NBC wants to beat CNN. CNN wants to beat Fox. And that becomes more important almost sometimes than the story. And I never let that get out of hand. I never liked guessing. You can't guess. So we don't know what this is yet. Maybe we've learned something in between. But as we're taping this right now, we don't know anything about
thanks a lot, man.
What?
Everyone was like, they're live. Now they're like, no.
People think you're here at 12. By the way, Rob Lowe is, I'm on that 80s.
You're in that 80s thing? Yeah, because I remember, I remember at Save the Robots, you coming in one night. You were the worst guy we ever had in there. Nah. No, you know what I remember? One of my abiding memories of the 1980s is your appearance in the movie Ghostbusters.
That's a great story.
It's a good. Is it a story?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it. It's a talk show.
I've been in 23 movies.
Right.
That was my first movie.
Really?
My first ever. And they called me, and I was the first scene shot on the first day. With Ivan Reitman was the director. We shot it at WR Studios, 1440 Broadway. They did my old radio show. I was taking calls, people saying they were seeing ghosts. I was hanging up on them. Like they're nuts. I was smoking then, so they had a big cigarette, a big ashtray. Anyway, it was a fun day. So I get to New York. I'd never been in a movie. I got my local television show in Washington. I'm doing a national radio show, and a limo picks me up at the airport.
Limo,
I'm an actor, right?
Yeah.
I get in the back of the limo, and I notice the limo driver is not wearing a black uniform with a black hat, but he's wearing like a pea coat, and jeans, and he's like a tough-looking guy. He's like 200 pounds.
Were you attracted to this?
No, I said no.
Maybe a little bit.
You're sick. Anyway, I leaned up a little, in the back of the limo. I said, "Sir, you don't look like a limo driver." He says, "I'm a teamster." The team, yeah, tough union.
Yo, I say did I say it against the Teamsters?
No.
Did
he
I?
Says, no,
Ever?
Don't speak.
No.
He says, yeah, we got the contract. We do every movie in New York. In other words, if you do a movie in New York, the Teamsters drive the cars. We'll drive the Ghostbuster car in the movie when you see the long shot. We pick up all the actors in the movie. That's what we do. So I say, well, supposing I'm making a movie in New York, and I don't want to use the Teamsters.
What are you, high? Why did you say that to the guy?
No. The guy turns around and goes, I knew I interviewed Jimmy Hoffa, so I got to know the team.
Oh, right, yeah, he was involved.
Anyway, there's a true story. I got $10,000 to do this one 5-minute scene. But
me.
Wait a second. 3 years later, that movie was sold on the same day. Ghostbusters was sold to ABC and HBO. Okay? On the same day, both bought the rights. ABC had it for a year, and then HBO had it in perpetuity. And if you had a speaking part, you got like 10 times what you were paid.
Oh, are you
I got a check
kidding
for
me?
$100,000 for this one scene. And then, now I'll get checks for 47 cents. It'll show somewhere. This is all these years later. It was fun doing though.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must have made a great deal of money over the years. And then, of course, there's alimony. So, there's... Man.
Let me tell you, first of all, I paid child support.
Oh, yeah.
And I paid,
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I paid. But it was all worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all
So
right.
we're here to talk about Boston?
Yeah, you know, the thing is, I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know if I were hosting a show like this.
Yeah.
How I would handle a night like this.
It's hard. It's not.
It's very hard because Letterman did a great job.
Yeah, after 9/11, when Dave came back, it's one of the greatest moments in broadcasting history.
Are you sure we'll be on tonight?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not.
Right. If
there's breaking news, no, we won't be on.
They won't be on.
Yeah.
If they get later news on it.
Yeah, of course, and that's fine. I mean, God, it's not like we won't be back.
How do you handle an entertainment show? But you handled it, I would say, extraordinarily well.
Well, thanks. I mean, what I try and do is be honest. I think that,
right.
But I've seen you do this. You know, just tell the truth. If you don't know the answer, a lot of people, I think, when they're broadcasting, they try and second guess everything everyone's going to say.
They talk too much. They talk about themselves.
Oh, I do.
I've covered, but or they get they know too much.
Yeah.
Today in Boston.
Well, I think
a horrible day that will live in the hearts of infamy.
Yeah, that.
You come on and you say, this was a terrible day. We're going to talk to some people involved, and some people who are talking about it, and some people who are trying to find answers. My first guest is.
Right.
And the first question is, where were you, and what happened?
No, I wasn't involved, man. I was here in L.A.
You know.
What the hell, Larry? At best, that's insensitive, man.
You know the problem when I come here?
What?
I have to bring my brain down.
Yeah, knock it off. We'll be right back with Larry King, everybody. Larry King. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Larry King. He's in a documentary about the 80s or something. Yeah?
Yeah, on PBS. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but Rob said it was really come out well.
Yeah, no, it's good. Do you have a big 80s? Did you?
Well, 80s were big for me. I broke in CNN in 1980 for June 1st,
yeah. How are they doing right now, CNN?
I don't follow the ratings.
Oh, no. You don't? I do.
How are they doing? Well, they're making a lot of changes.
Yeah. No, let me tell you.
Chris Cuomo was a great hire.
Who?
Chris Cuomo.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
he's very good. He's going to host the morning. He's very good.
It'll be great.
He's very good.
I never said he wasn't.
Okay, well, you said it facetiously. You acted...
The thing is, I wasn't... I'll just be honest with you. I wasn't really listening. Because... I was getting on to the next thing. Let's get on to the next thing.
I had a great time. 25 and a half years, hey.
Yeah, you should still be doing it. Is my look? America trusts you and will listen to you. So I don't know why a broadcaster like CNN would go, well, let's get rid of that and get some. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't
Didn't
make
really
sense.
get rid of me. They offered me a 1-year extension. I used to get 3 or 4 year extensions, and I took that as a writing on the wall.
Oh, really? So
I took it. Well, what was I going to do?
So you walked out on America, you son of a bitch! I didn't know that.
I didn't walk. I'm on the internet now.
Oh.
You know, we have Hulu.
Well, you're doing well. I did.
Hulu loves us.
Yeah, Hulu.
We are on Aura. We got our own. Hey,
you're an oral?
Aura TV.
Oh, Aura. Okay.
Carlos Slim is my partner.
Carlos Slim, the richest man in the world?
Yes.
Do you know he's the real guy behind the most interesting man in the world? Like I don't always drink beer, but when I do, oh, yes, I... yeah.
You want to know the truth about that guy?
Yeah.
I don't always drink beer.
Yeah,
but when I do, right? He's a 77-year-old Jewish man who goes to the deli in Beverly Hills every other day.
I don't always have a bagel, but when I do...
Good follow-up. Great line. Good lead-in.
Yeah. So, what's going on in the baseball, Larry? You're a big baseball fan. What's happening?
Well,
there's that movie out. You seen it?
Oh,
Jackie
Robinson. By the way, please, C-42. It did $28 million. It led the weekend.
Yeah.
It is a great film. I knew Jackie Robinson.
Did you really?
Interviewed him twice.
Wow.
In fact, when I was 13 years old, I was up in the bleachers at Evans Field, and I was at his first game.
No way.
So when they show it in the movie, you know, I always think if they had a film, I'd see myself at 13. But the movie, and Harrison Ford is... He got to win the Academy Award. He's unbelievable. He's a
reasonably good actor. I think he's going to go places.
He's 70 years old now.
70? Well, that means I'm 50.
I'm going to be 80.
Well, hey.
I can't.
I would like to get to 82, so I mean...
I can't believe it.
Oh, man, don't worry about it.
No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I mean, what can you do about it?
It's easy to say. How old are you, 50?
50, yeah.
So, yeah, you say don't worry about it.
No,
when I was 50, I'd say it too.
It freaked me out when I turned 50. It freaked me out.
Yeah, 50 was a bad
it's a tough one.
60 wasn't bad. 70 was okay. I'm not sure about how 80 is going to be. But 50, because they had a party for me. I was doing my national radio show, and I was on CNN.
Yeah.
And I was ready to go to CNN to be on at 9 o'clock. They gave a party for me at the restaurant. George Will hosted it, Bob Costas. I get into my car. I turn on the radio, and the first thing I hear is, over 50, join AARP. Oh. I swear.
Yeah. Well, no, I know, man.
I hit the button on the car, and the next voice says, ride Metro if you're over 50.
Oh.
50 is
it's tough. And they do that thing. They put the camera in they put the camera. They have a look up. They check you out. The camera. They put the camera.
What?
In your pants. They put a camera in your pants.
What are you talking about?
But they give you a colonoscopy, man.
Yeah, that. Well, you.
And when I got mine, they didn't even throw a party.
I'll tell you the worst thing about colonoscopies. By the way.
And they're fine.
They're nothing. They're a joke.
Yeah.
You sit there.
Well, I don't know if it's a joke.
No.
They're fine.
You don't
it's
know
not like,
did it. No.
What do you think has ever happened?
My last colonoscopy, I said, when are you going to do it? And they said, we just did it.
Oh, really?
But the first one I had.
Yeah.
The first is when they sort of twilighted you. And
hang on.
Half awake. So you're half awake, and the guy doing it is saying, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good. And then he pauses for like 30 seconds, and you go, what? What don't look good? It's weird.
I can't believe that I've reached a point in my life where I'm on TV with Larry King talking about our colonoscopy. That's when you know. That's when you know.
All right, so the sum up of this is, I'm summing up the evening. Watch the PBS special.
Oh, yeah, you got to see that.
Tragedy in Boston. Stay on top of it, and let's hope that no more lives are lost.
Yes, absolutely.
That we find out the horrific person who do this. 42 is a great movie.
Yeah.
And get a colonoscopy. A Night with Craig Ferguson. What else?
Yeah, that sounds a little more interesting than A Night with Craig Ferguson, actually. I don't think it's that interesting now spending the night with. I get to bed early, man.
You know what I like about you? Among many things I like about you.
Yeah?
Is you put your ego at the door. You really, for someone who's as talented as you are and has been successful, you do not have an enormous ego.
I think I do, to be honest, but no, to be fair, and I am being quite serious, I think I do, but I think I'm lucky because in the business that I'm in and that we are in, you get to see a lot of people who do not restrain their egos.
I always left mine at the door.
Well,
you got to have a healthy ego to go on camera.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I've seen what an ego looks like unrestrained when it's, walking around thinking it's, and I have to say, it's not attractive.
No, it's not.
It's not an attractive look when people are, think they're awesome. So when you know you're not awesome, it helps you.
No, we don't know. See, an ego is, you know you're awesome, but you restrain it. If you're restraining something that you don't think you have, you're not restraining anything. You follow? Let's put it this way.
Run it by me again.
Jackie Gleason.
Right.
Told me once. I told him, when you worked at CBS, you're like, do you own the network? He says, look at it this way. If you think you have clout, you have clout. If you think you don't have clout, even if you have clout, you don't have clout.
That's me.
So
I don't think I have clout, and I don't.
So you don't think you're awesome. So you're not reducing any ego. In other words, you don't have an inferiority complex. You are inferior.
Yes.
It's not a complex.
Yes.
It's not a complex.
Yes, and here's the thing as well. I think I have a sense of perspective, which is this. What I do, Larry, is talk.
I know, it's a joke.
It's not that big a deal. I'm not looking up someone's ass with a camera. I'm not doing it's not like a proper job, Larry.
But when you get your paycheck, do you say, whoa, they're paying me to talk?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, a little
crazy.
bit. Yeah.
You and I are sitting here.
Yeah.
They're paying you.
We do this anyway. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah.
Meet me today and have a
Yeah,
bite?
of course. I don't always have a bagel, but when I do, yeah, we're out of time, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. When do you want me to get in short notice with everything?
Yeah, no, listen, if it were up to me, just come on over. Whenever you can make it.
You're kidding.
Yeah, come on over when you can make it.
So in other words, if I'm driving by Fairfax here,
Yeah, come on in.
I go see a movie over here.
What kind of movie are we talking about?
42. It's a great movie.
No, well, you've seen that movie. You can't go see that movie. You're going to go see it again? Is it like Twilight or something to you? You're like...
No, but I want to know, I could just drop in here.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd surprise you one night. You wouldn't get ticked, huh?
Nah.
No?
Nah. I'd be like, come on up. Anytime. I'm not kidding.
I'll say, let's say you're talking to Will Smith.
He's not coming here, man.
I just saw him Saturday night.
Oh, you did?
I could have booked him.
Did he say anything about me? We was like that. Ferguson,
he's a good guy.
Yeah, yes. No, I met him before.
Okay.
He was like, hey, what are you doing here? Get up.
Let's say you had Will Smith on.
Right.
And I'm driving by. Go walk on. And I just sit in this seat.
Yeah.
And just start asking him questions.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'll let you.
That means you have a healthy ego and complete faith in yourself.
And faith in you.
Faith in me.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be angry at me.
I'm angry at you now, but you can't tell. Larry King, everybody.
If you're going to be in the LA area and would like to attend a taping of The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, please give us a call at 323-570-0059.
It's been a tough day for a lot of people. So if you're watching from Boston tonight, our thoughts are with you, and we'll see how it goes. Good luck to you. Good night.